BTS is the
No,
song.
so what I'll do,
I'll just turn it into a
word of
three-way
the day?
podcast.
Yeah, BTS.
I can also just airdrop it after, so like your mid podcast.
There's no room on my phone.
Oh,
I wish.
No,
I
I
wish.
mean on my phone. Oh, okay. But I
Just
can
like-
just get some.
just like a quick- just like a
just
5
quick
second.
pan, Yeah.
Yeah, just a quick pan. Good anytime. Alright, we are going live behind the scenes here.
I have a hole in my pants.
I put it there.
Yeah, just do no
Right.
Well, I mean, they're
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's do it.
I got some gifts for you. Here, you want to walk in. That's from Optimum Formula. Have you ever tried it? The, like C-Max Selene?
No. Well, yes, I have actually. But I got this weird thing with the
wanna
nail
rip it?
spray, man.
No?
Yeah, it's weird.
Alright, we're rolling.
It's addictive.
I think should be good.
I have ketamine nasal spray at home.
Oh man, I don't know anything about that drug. Isn't that for horses? So is Trent.
I don't know. I got it prescribed,
Mr.
but
BTS?
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Yep. You see? Boom. Look at the other one. Cool. Alright.
Where's the main camera? Straight ahead? Or is it?
Straight ahead.
Straight
Yeah,
ahead.
yours.
And then you got two like side cameras that you can like talk into
Perfect.
directly. They'll
Alright.
give like if you want something to say something. I mean, I guess you can do it in any camera, but
Yeah.
if you got something important to say, you can lock right into the
And then
camera.
you'll be asking you questions about women's health and some of that.
Yes. So
Entrepreneurship.
did you want to do like a dual podcast? Then we like you guys can both introduce yourselves.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Let's have fun. That's the most important thing.
That's
Okay.
easy.
You should have seen her yesterday on the podcast, dude. She fucking annihilated the lady she was
I
debating.
crushed her.
Oh my god. She made her change her point.
Yeah. So Sean Kelly said that was, he texted me, I'll show you the message. He said that was the best debate that you ever, like, that we've ever had. Because I just
One-sided.
crushed her.
One-sided.
I crushed her.
Yeah.
I'm in even if I'm wrong. I'm in the motherfucker.
You better watch out, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You better watch out. She's gonna
I
come
can
down
go,
with
I
that.
can go the distance, man.
Same. Okay.
Alright, yeah. Can I get a little mic check from you guys real quick?
Mic check 1, 2, 3.
Hi, my name is Sean. My favorite color is green.
1, 2, 3.
Ball sacks.
Thank you.
Testing. Thank you.
Alright, and you're ready to go, Sean? You guys are
I
ready?
think so.
Alright, you guys are ready to go? Yep. Alright, I'll give you a little countdown, Sean. 3, 2, 1.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the 1% Club podcast. I'm your host, Sean Freitas, and today we got two diabolical human beings with me. I've got Dr. Nicole and I've got Daniel. If you don't know who they are, we're going to put their socials up. These are badass human beings. I've had the pleasure of meeting both of them a few times. I just appreciate being able to, be in the presence of great people, and I can't wait to talk about some great topics today. Dr. Nicole, can you please walk us through a little bit of your background and why you're in Vegas right now as well?
Absolutely. I mean, I can start anywhere in terms of my background, but for me, so I have a PhD in health management. I'm an IFBB pro professional bodybuilder, right? For anyone that can't really see my muscles on the screen. I was New York City's top 40 under 40 journal honoree. That was a few years ago. I've been on 2 TED Talks, part of the Speakers Bureau of Canada. I was recently just featured on the cover of BBC News. Was one of a bigger part of the members of the Enhanced Games. I do a lot of work for Muscle and Fitness. I'm starting to get affiliated a little bit closer with Men's Health. And really when it comes to peptides, longevity, the health and wellness space, it's really been my bread and butter for years. Like I worked in a professional setting as an executive in healthcare for more than 10 years. And really that's where the interest sort of stemmed from, but I know we're going to get into more of the entrepreneurship as well as part of our conversations.
And the man behind.
Yeah, sure. So I'm not a doctor. I am not a professional
Don't need to be.
bodybuilder. I have never been nominated for an award being under 40. Running out of time there. Never been in Muscle and Fitness or written anything for them. I'm just a guy that got halfway famous on the internet being a bodybuilder and doing my thing. And Sean is one of the coolest people I've ever met, and he lets me come and use his fucking badass gym and have a great time. And I'm just happy to be here and have some fun.
And I have to say, being at Project Wellbeing, because Sean, you've been incredible in letting me use the gym space, and it is one of the best gyms I've ever seen in my life when it comes to the different modalities that you have in terms of, extending your lifespan, decreasing a lot of what individuals are, it's a one-stop shop. That's what I like to call it.
Yes, yeah. And, one, thank you both for, helping us film stuff, but Daniel especially it's cool to see you you know, like fully embrace what you do, because it gets other people out of their shell. So like when you're like, don't fucking think about starting to film something, like just don't, because even when I'm filming stuff, like I hear that and it just makes me want to do it anyway, because really who gives a shit what someone else is going to think? They don't pay your bills, they're not you, they're not your responsibility. So I love that you're able to generate that message to younger human beings as well. And it is really cool to see you do that every single day consistently. That's the hardest part.
And what I was going to add as well is, you know, people look at me and they're like, oh, you've got your doctorate, you're a PhD. And I'm like, really? I'm impressed by people like this that kill the internet, crush the internet, or people like you that own a business that are freaking absolutely crushing it when it comes to the health and wellness space, right? I always said to myself, in academia, one of the biggest things that has held me back is you are forced to pick A, B, C, or D when it comes to a test.
Yeah.
I always chose E, and that's when I got shut down, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's when I started to come out of that space. And I'm like, you know what? The transition from being an academic to an entrepreneur has been hard, right? And that's sort of where I'm getting my feet wet. And Daniel has taught me a lot about coming out of that. A lot.
Yeah, I mean, if you could make a health and wellness expert in a lab, it would be Nicole.
I second that. You honestly, you're one of the most well-spoken people that I've ever met. And
I so appreciate that. I mean, at least I've got that to help me carry into social, right? Daniel, again, witnessed me on another podcast yesterday where I apparently annihilated the other individual, but I can speak in front of a crowd. You know?
Yeah, and I can tell you that I just started really doing that in my business over the last maybe 2 years. And it is very important. Like
100%.
You should always be doing it. You should never think about what someone's going to think about it.
Never.
You are your own brand. I think we should touch on that. Is
sure
going from academia to being an entrepreneur. That's one step. But if they don't know who you are and they don't know why you did the things you're doing or what your actual brand is, then that's important. So now I've got, you know, a joke about Instagram's got my account taken about 7 times, but that's for another topic. It happens to us all. Anyone doing real fucking work out there is going to get their shit taken because
100%, because they're generating their honest opinion and they're becoming truthful when it comes to putting your real thoughts out there.
Yeah,
people hate that.
I recently really got into building my own brand probably 18 months ago. I was like, I'm just going to show what I do in my life on a daily basis. And once I decided, it's really easy. Yeah. These guys just film what I do. I film myself what I do. I film my child, my personal life, whatever. And none of it is fake, so it's actually pretty easy.
A day in the life.
And I just remove myself to attachment. I don't give a shit what other people are thinking about me. You know, when I first built my business, it was, you know, I promise you, no one was trying to help me. In fact, lots of people were working against me, like, oh, how can you build a gym? You know, you didn't compete in bodybuilding, or how can you do this, and how can you do that, and how can you do that? But I'll tell you, if I listened to every single person, I wouldn't have it. And I'll be honest with you, I had no idea how I got here, what I was doing, but I just had something inside me that's like, I'm not going to stop until I figure out where the fuck I'm going. And really over the last year, I was like, now I understand what my purpose is. I just I really, if you guys, how did you get to where I really have no idea.
And I always say that once you know your why, your what becomes so much meaningful, right? And that's when you actually develop purpose in life, is when you finally start to understand your why in life. Then your what, you actually have something to back it up by.
Yeah. You know, and Dan, you know, I know you went through a divorce too. Like, walk me through that fucking change. Like, it's a life-changing experience that we thought is negative, but really for me, it helped me, give me the space and time to figure out who I was and my purpose.
And you went through a divorce as well.
Okay. 3.5 years ago, I was married to my business partner. We owned the business 10 years. Our entire life was intertangled together from 21 years old. So I'm talking Netflix accounts, everything. It took 3 years to unravel the divorce. It was a long process and a lot of dark times. We talk about going into the darkness. I'm telling you think that you're above those things, but I'm telling you that in life you're going to face those things at least one time. You're like, oh, I never thought I would have those type of thoughts, and that's kind of weird.
100%.
But I didn't talk to anyone about it, and that was a huge mistake. So I thought it was weak. I thought that I couldn't show weakness. I thought it's not manly to go to your male friends and be like, hey man, I'm struggling a little bit.
That's what I hear constantly. And we have a lot of men that come to me for relationship advice saying, you know, I want to confide in someone and I don't even feel comfortable talking to my guy friends about it. Or, you know, again, and the amount of guys, and I was talking to Daniel about this, that actually go in the shower and just cry because no one can see them. They let everything out, wake up 15 minutes later, and you've released something that you never thought was there, but it feels so much better. But Daniel, you go ahead, share your experience.
Oh yeah, I'm really fucking good at getting divorced. I've been divorced twice. I've been divorced twice from the same woman. Yeah, I made sure I really didn't want to do that shit. But yeah, a big part of my relationship issues were due in part to steroids. 100%. As soon as I started taking steroids, I started thinking a whole lot differently. I really did. And now I don't regret taking steroids because it's literally given me a life that I want to live, and I have a great time. I love my life. I don't have those dark thoughts anymore. I had them before. Yeah. After divorce number 2, the no contact order, the child custody shit, the apathy, the relationship apathy towards the end of the relationship is the worst part of the whole thing. Right. That's the thing that fucking adds years to your life, because you just look at someone that you used to literally would say you would die for, and you're just like, I don't want to be here.
And it's crazy because
anymore.
We grow and we change every single day. And the person that you were being with this individual for, what you said, 18 years or 20 since okay,
yeah,
right. You're not the same person that you are 5 years from now. You're not the same person that you are 10 years from now.
yes.
So you either, and this is something that my husband was saying, is you either need to fall in love all over again, or you need to find a way to either cope and be able to still push forward in life, or it's not working.
100%.
Right? But you really need to fall in love again. And if that's not there anymore, and you're not expected as a human being in a relationship to stay the exact same way as you are forever. You're not. That's just not innate. That's not human nature. And why would you?
I think the statistic is like every 5 years, like you just change as a human being. So obviously if you're with someone and if you're growing apart rather than growing together, it is going to end at some point, whether it's a good ending or a bad ending, but it will end.
Yeah.
Shauna, would you consider yourself a normal person?
No.
Like, I don't think any of us right here on this panel, if anyone said like, "Hey, raise your hand if you think you're just like a normal person," like you're just
or just
around
an average normal
you're just
person.
in society, just trying to
Never.
do your thing. I that isn't me. That isn't her. That isn't you.
Yeah.
And so
I'm far from normal.
when we try to apply normal isms
Or normalcy.
like marriage to unnormal people, and we get surprised that it don't work. Why do we get surprised by that? Right? And I got surprised I was like, no. I can redo this. I can make this better. I can, and I got a second chance, and I fucking melted it down again.
I think that what I learned is just like you have to communicate to yourself what you want in your life.
Yeah.
You have to communicate to your friends and your business partners, whatever it is what you want. And then if when you have a partner, you have to communicate to your partner what you actually want without
Getting resentment.
Yeah, you have to tell them what you want in
assumptions.
your life. You have to tell them what you
Yes.
want sexually and intimately. You have to tell them what you
Huge.
want just with them.
Yeah.
But if you don't communicate that, it's always going to end bad.
Yeah.
So what I learned after that was like, if you just communicate with it, they're either going to grow with you or it's just not going to work out. But you don't need to string along 10 years on there.
No.
The bottom line was communication, and I was not good at communicating at all before. So
And to be honest, you need to fail and fuck up to find that out, right? There's no perfect way of communicating unless you make the mistakes and then you understand what you need to do to change that communication, right?
yes.
The only way to succeed is by failing. No different from the gym, right? I push till failure all the time because I want my muscles to freaking grow, right? You need to fail in a marriage. You need to fail in a relationship in order to better it. That's been my hands down one of my strongest lines. You need to fail in life. Otherwise, everything's just, you're going to always stay at a bottom line, grounded by everything else in life, and you'll never be happy.
And if you're not failing, then honestly you're not living a life worthwhile, because if you're always out there trying to do new shit and trying to do bigger things, like you will fail.
Yeah.
I fail all the time, but I learn way faster than everyone else around me, so I'm able to do bigger things.
100%.
And even in my business, like, okay, well, oh, so you mean I can't buy all this equipment all at one time and pack it in to the
Yeah.
facility, and I got to pay all that back too. But it's like I always found a way to make it work because I was willing to push the boundary of what was going on. And it just took me a second to be like, okay, I can do this in my own life too, actually for myself. Like
Exactly.
I can fail and learn for myself.
Yeah.
I don't have to be afraid of what the fuck people think when I'm not doing well. And it's funny, I actually thought, I don't even know why I got all the tattoos, because people always ask me that, but all I tell people is like, I just ensured that I would never work in corporate America.
Right.
Right.
We're
Like, I
gonna
had
spend
to-
another whole podcast episode
Yeah.
just going through what every single one of these tattoos.
Yeah, I just had to
It
ensure.
means, I can tell you what it means right now. It means burn the fucking boats.
Exactly.
Make yourself fucking so
Yeah.
unemployable that you can only do your shit yourself. I'm right there with
But
you, man.
somehow made myself the most employable that I've
Yeah.
ever been at the same time. It really is an interesting
Well,
thing.
and that's something I'll also say is coming from academia, where you're supposed to be this pompous professional individual that's always, so articulate, never swears, and then you start crossing a line where I'm starting to swear, I'm starting to make reels with Rampage Jackson, they're extremely inappropriate. It's like, well, now are academics gonna want me again if I ever want that? Or now is it because she's so viral, she's so popular, then we're gonna want her, right? It's like you always play
No,
these
they ain't gonna
fine
like that shit.
lines. What's that?
They ain't gonna like that shit.
Well, but then you get recognition with certain things that you weren't expecting, but then you always have to ask yourself, what brand do you stand behind? What brands are you willing to work for? And if someone's not seeing you for who you are,
Your own
that's
fucking
not
brand.
worth your time.
Your own fucking brand.
And you have to. I think where I've struggled coming out of the whole full-time employment government system is how do you find yourself and what is your own brand and your own.
And I'll tell you, this is like, okay, obviously, I do believe in academia. I spend lots of money in it, but you got to live your life outside of those four walls.
100%.
There is real life out there.
Yeah.
And those four walls don't teach about real life. It doesn't teach about owning a business.
Experience trumps.
It doesn't teach you about failure.
Hands
It
down.
doesn't teach you about bankruptcy. It doesn't teach you about paying bills,
Yeah.
responsibility, nothing. And most of those times, the people that are educating you, they've never owned a business. They've never dealt with opposition. They've never failed. So you're literally learning from someone that read out of a book that then the next year they want to be your professor.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it's not that I don't believe in academia anymore, but it's like there's so much more out there in
100%.
the world. The quicker you get out
Yeah.
in the world, the faster that you're going to learn.
Exactly. It's the foundation, it's the theory. Great. And then you freaking go on your own and apply that theory and foundation. You learn from it. You make mistakes based off of theories.
I think the theory and foundation's fucked up. Listen to this. I think that if we started calling public schools, which I went to, and public universities, which I also went to, government schools and government universities, we wouldn't like them. We wouldn't go to them. We'd be talking shit about them.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the government school, guys. You guys went to public school, you went to government school. And I don't know if you guys have been watching the news.
Every here and there.
But yeah, I don't think they fucking care about you. Not even a little bit. Unless if you're a trillionaire and up, maybe. The rest of us,
No, you're absolutely right.
government school.
You're
Well, now
absolutely
there's
right.
only one trillionaire, right? Now we got Elon Musk that just crossed that bridge, so we've got one in the world now.
No, there's a lot of trillionaires.
Is there?
Yeah, he's the most trillionaire though.
Okay.
He's the king of the
highest.
trillionaires.
He just
Gotcha.
makes and fuses businesses together, and all of a sudden, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Nicole, let's talk about, let's go into women's health. I feel like women's health is often put in a box and categorized, and yet no one knows anything about women's health. There's no specialists really. It's too generalized. You'll get a woman wanting to specialize in women's health. Please explain to me why men and women cannot dictate and document their health care together. Why are we separating men's and women's health and turning it into a marketing business model instead of actually focusing on helping someone?
Yeah. So, and it's exactly, I think you hit the nail right on the head. It's money, and it's
These are my
marketing,
notes, by the way.
and it's marketing towards the actual audience, right? So, for example, you can do different blood work analyses. You can make. My favorite is always, you take a medication to help you sleep.
Yeah.
But
Love
you
those.
get
Love those.
you get gastric pain because of that medication. Okay, we're gonna throw another one on to fix that gastric pain that you take because of your sleep disorder, whatever it is. And because of that, you then get, brittle nails or your hair starts to fall out. So we're going to throw on another drug, right? So you're not taking a drug to help with your hair, to help with your gastro issues, to help with your sleep issues. And this is a great pharmaceutical way to make money,
Yes.
right? I mean, with anything, right? So that's why a lot of the time, mainstream media, corporations, big pharma, whatever you want to call it, have separated it into women's health. Like, let me ask you this as a personal trainer, gym owner, entrepreneur, just everything that you are. If I was to come into the gym and I was to say, hey, I'm a woman, what do you got for women's training? And this is my husband here. What do you got for men's training?
Yeah, what you got?
Yeah.
What you got?
We can work with any human being, whether you're male, female, 7
Right.
years old, 70 years old, professional athlete, bodybuilder, Cirque du Soleil performer. At any
Yeah.
given time, you come into you in Project Obene, that's what you see.
Yeah.
Is every single mom, dad, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because we're working on human performance, which is categorized by every single human being in the world. That's what makes us great.
Right.
We can work with all of those people.
Right.
We don't market to one specific person. I don't care who comes inside of the door.
Yeah. And a lot of the testing markers, a lot of the individuals that both women and men need are the same,
Yes.
right? It's not like we're gonna walk into, an average gym and we're gonna say like, oh, I need a women's workout today, but tomorrow I might explore the men's one,
Yeah.
right? Or like, men drink water, women don't drink water. Men eat, but women don't eat, right? Like there's different stereotypes, there's different categorizations, but honestly, it comes down to the marketing, whether, again, it's pharmaceuticals, and there's different levels, don't get me wrong, that differ between men and women in terms of how much iron is needed, how much this is needed. Your daily sort of intake with, men typically need more protein, just again, stereotypical. I'm not talking about, the average bodybuilder who's competing, who isn't, but that's where it sort of stems from. It's what are you trying to sell for which market? And if the more categories we have, the more opportunities we have to make money.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what it is.
and I agree with that, but it's like, yes, some of the levels and the markers are different, but it's like, okay, so is it from an 18-year-old man to a 70-year-old man? And it's the same for a woman.
Right.
It's ever changing.
Yeah.
So we're so focused on, and by the way, every single one of our blood tests are the same, except for we'll just remove the PSA marker.
Right, and which makes total sense, right?
So
But
I
you
don't-
have
yeah.
how many blood companies that will say, from 18 to 21, you'll have something different. From 22 to 24, you'll have something different. And then, if you just invest a little bit more, if you want to come back every year, we're going to do these additional ones. You see that all the time everywhere.
What I'm proud of myself is I'm not a fucking sellout. So at the end of the day, I'm not even gonna name people's name, but everyone in this industry, every day is a different supplement. Every day is this and that and a
Yeah.
goddamn shower head, and how can you even live?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I have integrity. I can go to sleep at night. I'm gonna build a big
And that's
empire
the thing.
without having to do that. And I also own a brick and mortar, which is the hardest thing to produce,
For
and I've done a
anyone
really
to
good
do it.
job
Absolutely.
at it. So
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself I've maintained my integrity.
Yeah.
And I'm going to continue to do so because maybe it took me 10 years longer to get there, but I've got credibility. Like I don't want to walk around feeling like I'm not credible, feeling like I'm talking out of my ass and it's just full
Yeah.
of bullshit. Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and you're not, because as you even said, it took you 10 years longer to get there, but maybe you actually got there 20 years sooner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you were 20 years older, you would have said, I did
Yeah.
that 20 years old. So it's a perspective.
And here's a philosophy: it's okay to make mistakes.
Hey now,
It's okay to fail and it's okay to fuck up. That's what I would
I didn't
say.
have everything fucking planned out the way that it was supposed to go.
And you shouldn't.
read that other one after those two go together. That's a Tony Robbins quote.
Read it out loud.
So it's okay to make mistakes. You are not just allowed to do nothing.
Yeah, you're allowed to make mistakes. You're just not allowed to do nothing.
There you
You
go.
can't
Strong.
fucking stand still.
Yeah.
But you can make mistakes. Make them at 100 miles an hour.
Well, and why would you ever want to be complacent in something, right? And there's people that love being complacent and that like security, comfort,
Yep.
and low risk, right? No drama, no stress.
Yep.
But again, there's the growth factor of it, right? But getting back to your question, the only thing that I would say separating men and women is when it really comes down to different hormones when it comes to menopause, premenopause, things that men don't go through, things that women don't go through, right? Like I'm not gonna go in and get my prostate checked because I don't have a prostate, right? There are actually men that get breast cancer, right? And a lot of people don't actually understand that
I've
it's
had
men
when
can
I got
get
my
breast cancer.
when I got my gyno surgery, I had to get a mammogram. It was not fun.
right?
Yeah,
and
it's like
people
a
are
thing.
like, why would a man ever get a mammogram? It happens, right?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that I'd say in terms of stereotypes, in terms of how your gonads are actually made, right? Like it's that there's no sort of, you know, gray zone between. That's kind of the black and white. But, you know, then again, you get people like, I am 34 years old, I think about that for a second, and I'm premenopausal, right? I haven't had a period in 6 years.
Now, on that note, let's talk about
Yep.
when people's labs are normal, right? But
Yeah.
they don't feel normal,
Right.
but yet no one digs any deeper. So they don't look at their methylation pathways. They don't do any functional nutrition tests. They
Yeah.
don't do any DNA, real
Nothing
DNA
with
testing.
cellular, mitochondrial
Not someone's
level.
white label DNA test that they're trying to send you 60 pages back. Like that's a bunch of horse shit.
Right.
You know, like just say you work with the top lab in the United States. Like don't lose credibility there. No one knows what to do with a 60-page paper coming back to them either, by the way. You know, it's even worse than doing nothing. It's doing something that doesn't even make any sense to
Well,
someone.
or you're gonna start Googling it, you put it into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT's like, you need to go back, there's issues here, you know, you may develop cancer tomorrow, it seems like.
Yeah.
It's, you know, there's no worse interpretation than having no sort of guidance.
Yeah,
on it.
because I hear this all the time. Like, you know, women will come in, they're like, you know, we don't know what's wrong. We're exhausted. We're tired.
Right.
We're fatigued. We can't sleep right. And I'm talking about different age ranges from 20 to 50 years old. And so what do we do with them there? Like, how do these people actually get the right help? So they do these basic labs that they do with their doctor, and everything is fine. And by the way, let's categorize the entire America into one category and give you optimal and not optimal results.
Exactly. Yeah. And that happens all the time. And then you have suboptimal, and you've got, you know, and the question is, and again, I think it comes down to a lot of basics that people are just not understanding. And a lot of it comes from lifestyle.
Yeah.
A lot of it comes from lifestyle, right? Like you take a look at the number of complex chronic conditions that are currently out there, and 5% of the population, so a very small percentage, actually utilizes more than 75% of our resources. So if you think about that, right? So those are the frequent flyers. Those are the ones that are constantly using our healthcare system, right? And it all comes down to lifestyle, nutrition, managing diabetes, how do you prevent heart failure and different heart conditions. A lot of it can be preventable. People don't understand it. They say it's in my genetics, it's predisposed. Sure, there may be a very small component, but when we look at Americans as a general population, so much can be prevented. It's insane. People don't understand it.
So what are some things that you do outside of, you know, of exercise that makes you healthy, that keeps you healthy?
Yeah. I think the mindset is a big one, right? Getting outside, making sure that you have adequate sleep, making sure that you recover. And recovery, I'm very hypocritical when I say it because I work out 6 days a week, and on my off day, I still probably do some abs and cardio anyways, but you know, recovery is really important. We deal with a lot of burnout from individuals. So, you know, making sure that you actually have a lifestyle that it reflects and it complements itself when it comes to resting, still meeting your needs, you know, focusing on your mental health and well-being, eating appropriately, right? And we're talking about good fats, bad fats, you know, taking a look at your LDL levels, HDL levels, monitoring those, and diet and exercise is huge. And it doesn't have to be the crazy intensive bodybuilder lifestyle by any means, but even walking, like the positive effects of just walking every day.
I think that people lack consistency.
Yeah.
So they'll start something, do it for 2 weeks or a month, and then they stop.
Yeah.
So I feel like just getting someone consistent with one or two things that they can do in their daily life, that alone is a pathway to, you know, to giving them a great result because they're actually able to follow through with something.
Exactly.
That's most people's problem is they legitimately can't finish anything.
Yeah.
I think they'll get 95% there and they'll just fucking stop. And they do that in their personal life. They do that in their relationships. They do that with their health.
Yeah. And something that I've learned from Daniel, which was huge, is like non-negotiables. Like I was so shocked when we started meeting every single day at 2 p.m. with the Enhanced Man that Daniel and I are running. So get Jack, get rich, you know, find a chick, you know, build healthy relationships. But Daniel said we need to set up calls every single day at 2 p.m. And like there was no non-negotiables. There's no room for moving it. Like just you taught me the importance of consistency with that.
Yeah,
as one example.
I'm the fucking boss.
Well,
And
that
if,
too.
And if
that
you need
too.
to get something done, it's not. I'll get it to you by the close of business. It's well, what do you have more important to do in the next 2 hours? Well, okay, then you're gonna do it right fucking now. And so if you want to get something done and you can't get your people or your team to move as fast as you, have a meeting every fucking day.
And what he's really
Yeah.
saying is declaration. So I'll get it done. No. What day? What time? Tell me right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna hold your ass accountable to it.
And
My staff
accountability
knows
is
that I
huge.
am going to follow up with you.
Yeah.
Like you ever seen fucking bees on honey on bees, whatever the case is, brown bear, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, nonetheless, so I am going to follow up with you.
Yeah.
Till you're fucking sick of me, because if not, then it's never gonna get done. There's no declaration,
Yeah.
right?
And then you want to get to a point where you don't have to do that follow up, right? Where it's like you've got such a strong team that it's just an expected, and they want you there as the accountability piece.
Yeah, because I want them to then follow up. I want them to follow up for themselves,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
I always tell them, like, yes, yes, this is the bit. We just had a great meeting over the weekend. Yes, this is a business, but I legitimately care about all of you guys. Like,
Yeah.
I want to use my business to make everyone's life better, not just for the consumers of the business, but for the people working there too. I hope that
100%.
they're getting something out by just coming in and collecting a check. That's
For sure.
that's not what I'm about.
And it's a community, right? It's a family. Like that's what you want to feel like at the end of the day.
I have a question about the consistency and being able to take care of yourself. Something that is probably on a lot of people's mind is, well, it'd be a whole lot easier for me to take care of my health if I had more money, right?
That's what we hear a lot.
If I had more time,
Yeah.
right? If I could make more money, then I'd have more time, then I could take care of myself.
That's a great
Sean-
conversation we have.
Sean, you got a lot of money, and you've had not a lot of money a couple different times, I
Yeah.
think. Same here. I'm really good at making a bunch of money and fucking losing it all. Does it get any easier when you have money?
It does, and there's a great book that anyone that's listening is called Die with Zero, and what it means is that we spend our whole life, I'm gonna get pension and this and save that. No, I don't do that. Why? Because I don't know how long I'll live. But that mindset
Zero.
used to keep me in a box for my whole life, because I grew up without a dad. My mom didn't have much money, so even when I would reach places of success, I would actually crush my own growth, because
I
I
love
wasn't looking at the bigger picture. So that book, Die with Zero, I really live by that, because now I'm just it's funny. I'm doing more things with my money. What's really important to me is my house.
Yeah.
So I bought a new house, and it was probably more expensive than it should have been, but I don't care. And the way that it makes me feel when I go home that I'm creating this like castle for myself
Right.
is one of the best feelings that I've ever had. Now I could have gone out and spent money on a Lambo or done whatever, but I decided like I'm gonna use my home every day, so I'm gonna make it feel the way that I want to make it feel.
For sure.
And over the last 6 months, that philosophy has really changed my life. Like, if you do more, you'll get more. And it sounds pretty cliche, but it's the energy and the intention and the declaration of these things are going to get done. I'm actually getting more.
Yeah.
So now I'm not even scared. But now I'm not saying that go out and blow all of your money. Make a calculated decision.
Yeah.
But I spent 20 plus years of my life running out of fear that I'm not good enough, that I'm
Yes.
never going to make more money.
I hear
That is a mistake. And I'm telling you, by having fear of that, that's what the universe will give you. It will give you no money.
Exactly. And something that also we've been chatting a lot about is the opportunity cost of something, right? So I still sometimes have that fear of investing up front and being like, am I actually going to get my money's worth? Is this going to grow for me tenfold, or is it going to grow for me twofold, or am I going to stay stagnant or lose, right? So it's always that sort of decision making factor. What risk are you willing to put in? What are you willing to get back? But with opportunity costs, and again, just super simple topic of making chicken breasts, right?
Fuck.
Like, Daniel, speak to this.
God damn it. So after being a bodybuilder for 3 years, I ran the numbers on how much time it was taking me to prep all my food for the week, cook all the chicken, cook all the beef, go to the fucking store, clean it all up. And I'd spend 3 hours a day, 3 hours a week doing that. And at the time, I was teaching bodybuilders how to do the poses literally through FaceTime on my phone. So just stare at these fucking hairy dudes in man thongs and tell them what to do. And I was charging like $75 for a 30-minute session. right? And so I'm making this, I'm making all right money. I'm booking maybe 4 or 5 clients a day. I'm like, all right, we're doing good. And but I'm still doing this meal prep thing, and I'm realizing that, man, if I booked clients during the time that I would be meal prepping, I wonder if I would make. Like, I wonder if I would make more money, or like what would happen. So I called this meal prep company, and I told them, you know, this is what I need it delivered to my house. How much would it be? $150. That's how much it was for the week. And I was like, I ran the numbers. I was like, oh my God. So I've been losing money, cooking my own fucking chicken, tricking myself into thinking I was being frugal and I was being financially
Saving money.
responsible. But I already had a skill that was worth more than me doing the skill was worth more money than me cooking the fucking chicken.
Yeah.
And when I finally realized that, and I found out how much money and time I was fucking wasting, it opened up an
It hits
entire new
home.
world for
It
me. I was
hits
like, all right,
home.
what else do I need to outsource?
You know, man, that to me, it hits so hard because, you know, especially as the CEO of my company, I was asking myself, am I really doing stuff all day? It didn't feel like I was actually physically doing stuff. And I dawned on me like, it's my job to put the right people in the right places to do the things that we need to get done for the vision. And I just started realizing that
Yeah.
over the last year, like that, and so that was business. Then I also started doing the same thing in my life as well.
Absolutely.
And again, it was taking away that limiting belief. This is the biggest thing is I'm not attached to the outcome of a
Yes.
scenario now. I was trying to force the will of like, oh, it needs to be like that. Almost where I'm probably not paying attention to anything else around me. So once I detached myself from the outcome, that was such a freeing experience that actually allowed me to do no shit at least 3 times more.
Yeah. And I feel like too, as a business owner, there must be an element for you to say, you know, sometimes it's also hard to let go, right? It's like sometimes it takes more time to try and explain something to someone than just to get it done yourself.
Yeah, let's talk about hard feedback. My staff was like, "Hey, you're too overbearing on us. We would like the opportunity to do more."
Right.
Think about it. I would like to do more for you, Sean,
Yeah.
but you won't let me do more.
Right.
I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
like,
and,
that
and
was-
I've heard that feedback as well, right? And it's always like there's that fine line between, okay, you want something done right, and you know that if you do it yourself, it's going to be done right, but then you're also limiting your staff the ability for them to propose creative ideas forward, right?
This was the biggest thing for me. Once I let my ego go of like, just let me know when I'm wrong so
Yeah.
I can get right much faster.
Yeah.
That changed my whole life.
And when was that moment for you that you felt, okay, I need to let my ego go now?
I think it was like definitely over the course of the last year I really
Mhm.
started locking into becoming a real leader, and
Right.
part of that was learning that everything I had been doing up to this point just wasn't right.
Right.
And I told that to myself first, then I actually believed it, then I was okay with it, then I moved forward.
Right.
Then I went and I remember leaders go first, so I actually apologized to almost every single person that I had
That is the quality of a good
that I
leader.
had done wrong by,
Yeah.
because I knew I needed to get that off of my plate so I could actually move forward.
For sure.
And I'll tell you what, the respect I got from that was huge. When you go to someone and it's random and you haven't spoken to them in a long time, it's like, hey, I take responsibility for what happened in our relationship. It doesn't need to be 1%, 99%, 100. That doesn't matter. I take responsibility for the breakdown in the relationship. I'm sorry, and I'm just wanting you to know that, and you move on.
And that moves mountains at the end of the day, right? Because someone coming to you and actually saying that, someone that looks up to you, right? And to have that sort of difference in hierarchy, being like, look, I messed up, or, you know, admitting to something, or I can change this, I'm taking your feedback, that moves mountains at the end of the day. It really does.
If you can't take feedback, you're never going to get very far.
Agreed.
Unfortunately,
Agreed.
You know, you don't.
And most of the world can't.
You just say thank you. Hey, thanks for the feedback. You don't need to listen to them or what, but like if you can't take feedback, you're just shutting your whole life down.
Agreed. Agreed.
What do you think?
I pay people to shoot holes in my plan. I pay people to tell me I'm wrong. It's fucked up. I literally pay people to tell me where I'm wrong. Yep.
Where your mistakes are.
Yep. Shoot holes in the plan, boys. Shoot holes in the plan. Yeah.
But that's how you better yourself.
Yeah, well, it's how I check my blind sides. When I got divorced the second time, I literally thought I was going crazy, and so I went out and got some therapy, and I still go to therapy every week. I fucking hate it. I don't ever want to go, but I fucking go every single week. And right afterwards, I'm like, all right, that was the right thing to do. But then the next 6 days, I don't want to fucking go. But what I did is I did the exact opposite of what most people probably do, which is get on an online therapy site and try to find a therapist that has some similar characteristics as you, right?
Mhm.
Male, fucking, specializes in family, whatever, and divorce, whatever. I went the opposite way. I got the most liberal, blue-haired, fucking triple-vaxxed therapist that I could fucking find. And
Male or female?
female. Yeah.
Total opposite.
Total opposite. And she fucking hated me. And I had her for a year and a half, and I showed up every fucking week. And that is where I learned the most about me.
There you go.
And that's when I learned that, oh man, I'm the one that's fucking all this up. Like, it's all me. It wasn't, it was a little bit her. It is all fucking me.
Yeah.
So goes the man, so goes the family.
But how good is that you can actually acknowledge that? And I'm 100% sure it's not 100% you. Just to say, it takes two people, but
It's always
to
you.
you to admit that to that extent is huge. That's the biggest part.
Well, yeah,
Huge.
there's you can't lie. I mean, I got really good at lying to myself.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually still pretty damn good at it.
I think all of us do to some
Yeah,
extent.
I can fucking tell a lie to myself like you would not believe. But when it comes to like me having the problems that I have with lust and with fucking chasing chicks, I know that I don't have dominion over that shit, and so I gotta have somebody in my life being like, yo, you're straying off the course, you're fucking it up, because I'm not good enough to. I have a coach that I pay $500 a month to tell me what to fucking eat and how to lift weights. I can't even control that. You think I can control my mental health by myself, right? Like like it's so silly. Like we understand what like 70% of the brain or some shit. The fact checker's gonna come up and fuck that up. But like how arrogant is it to be like, I know myself. Right, I know myself. I know my tendencies. No, you fucking don't, man. No, you fucking don't.
Again, we're
You gotta let
grow.
somebody go. You fucking mess up. You fucking mess up. Oh, that is definitely you. Nope, that's you. That's you. It started right there.
And that's exactly what I mean by
Always you.
going first and literally taking responsibility for the breakdown in the relationship. The one, now, as I say that, the one I was avoiding was myself. So I kept working for everyone else.
Yeah.
But I'm escaping myself, and then I realized that
For
it also
sure.
turned me into a massive narcissist because I was real good at manipulation and being narcissistic because I was just trying to avoid that last person, which
Right.
was the relationship with myself. So the best and the biggest thing I ever did was emotional intelligence training. That because you had 40 hours at a time to work on yourself. So
Yeah.
you go to the therapist once a week, or you're going to do this 40 hours and 4 days at a time because
Right.
there's no escaping that. And once I really started to understand that, I was like, oh man, I wasn't taking responsibility for my own life. So
Yeah.
here I am, doing all this work for everyone else, all this life coach for everyone else, and I just put myself last. And then that was the breaking point.
For sure.
When I went and I took responsibility for myself. That's a hard fucking thing to do because you have to do it. Remember, no one can tell you to do it, and you're not doing it when you're with the therapist.
Yeah.
It was the practice of actually like you said, I really did fuck all this up.
Yeah.
Like I really did.
But
And
that self-realization is everything, right? And the beauty of you doing it 40 hours in a row is when you see a counselor once a week, you have all freaking week
Fuck it
to
up.
convince yourself otherwise that was just one session, doesn't mean anything. But you being immersed almost like a prison with yourself,
yes.
right? There's no choice.
Now
I'm
imagine
continuing
doing this work in front of 20 or 30 strangers that you don't even know.
even better.
Talk about releasing the
better.
humility of
100%.
showing vulnerability to 20 or 30 people that you do not know, and they do that on purpose. So there's
Exactly.
nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
And from doing that, now I feel like I could speak in an auditorium of 70,000 people.
And that's what it does. And it opens up your brain in many different areas that you never thought was imaginable, ever.
Remember how we started saying by I wrote it right there on that last one. It says other people's opinions if you don't get a fucking vote. Yeah, that's where you learn that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you learned it. You had to go fuck everything up and then tell everybody and then go, oh, now I don't care what anyone thinks.
Yep. And it's funny when you start to coach people like that, they almost feel like, is it inauthentic? Are you delusional? but it's not, because once they actually start to do it, they're like, oh, I understand what he's saying, but you
Yeah.
just keep on them over and over and over
Hammering
and
the
over
same
again.
point home, right? Over and over and over again.
And no one gets to escape this either. We all get this.
Yeah.
We all get it.
That's one of the same as everyone can go,
We all fuck it up.
right? Everyone deserves to be able to take accountability for themselves in their life.
Yeah. And it's your choice whether you want to take that accountability or not.
And on that note, I want to touch on something. I feel like in today's society, there's two important things. Why are we trying to make women smaller instead of stronger?
Yeah.
Right? And then this is the most important thing, and why people struggle having a relationship. Why does women feel the need to be so masculine in the relationship? Because of the insecurities.
Yeah, those are two great questions. And just asking, when you're talking about making women smaller, do you mean size-wise or do you mean diminishing as a person?
I mean, two ways, both physically and mentally.
Yeah. And are you talking about that from the perspective of the woman, or society is kind of painting it that way?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
So I think from my personal perspective, it's, there's no such thing as a traditional woman anymore. No such thing, right? You don't have someone that's, at home, and I'm literally going to say this, baking bread every morning, right? They go to the farm, they're getting it. We've come so far from mainstream traditional women that there's no such thing as traditional woman anymore, right? But you've got different cultures, especially some of the Asian cultures that, still focus on certain things, right? Even when we talk about size of women. And it's so funny because I actually went to South Korea and all the women were looking at my traps. And it wasn't like, oh my God, that's so cool, she works out. It was like, we should put some Botox in there to actually decrease these if you want. And I was like, no, I actually work really hard for them, but thank you so much, right? So I thought that was really interesting, right? To actually start injecting your muscles to get them a little bit smaller.
Yep.
But I think that society still wants women in certain, and it's, again, it's social media, it's not, but there's different perspectives. It's, you still want some of that, the cute petite that, the man goes out to work, comes home, and he's got this woman that he just loves. He can, sort of throw around, pick her up. But
Yeah,
then you've got this culture of women that are like, you know what, why are men always the dominant ones? I want to be the breadwinner to the family. Why does he have to be stronger than me? I want to go out and assert myself, right? So I feel like we're seeing different, and again, back to my point, there's no such thing as a traditional woman anymore.
And we'll touch on this after this.
Any traditional women out there care to comment below?
Yeah,
Go
get
ahead.
in the comments.
Yeah, exactly. And right, the fact checker is going to go back. There is actually 1% traditional woman, but
And in that, it puts up like, it is okay to want to look good. It is okay to want to look
100%.
like, I want to look good. I also want to put tattoos all over myself, and I don't care what anyone
You
thinks.
don't.
And now after I call having my breakthrough and really understanding myself, I don't regret it at all.
Yeah.
First of all, man, did I just do that because I was going through a divorce and I didn't want people to make me appear that I was someone else and in a different way? I don't even think about it now.
Right.
It just, like, at the time it seemed like that's what I wanted to do, so I
Yeah.
just did it, and I have no regrets at all.
And that's the biggest thing, right? If you wake up every morning, you're like, oh my God, hitting your head against the wall, being like, should never done that. That's a different story. But the fact that you don't have any regrets, you know what you did, right? You stand by your choice.
I can ride a bicycle. I can live in a mansion.
Yeah.
I can catch the cat bus. I don't care what people think about me.
I love that.
It is so freeing
And I'm the
to
same.
not have to worry about
The
what
same.
people are thinking about me. Is one of the most freeing things. I
It
really
is so
challenge everyone
liberating.
to do that.
It's
Do
so
not
liberating.
care what someone
Yeah.
thinks about you or what you're doing or what you want to do.
100%.
They're not going to pay your bills. They're not going to, be the driver in your life.
Yeah.
They're not going to support you. So just get rid of that feeling that you need to be doing all these things for someone else.
For sure. And the one thing I will also add in terms of the appearances, right? And it's not a bad thing to care about the way you look. I get questioned, and this is also for the enhanced man, is what do you think about being shallow? Right? I get that question all the time.
What
And
do you
I
think
give-
about being shallow?
And I give my honest answer all the time. I think there's nothing wrong with it. Because if you are, in terms of looks of another person, if you care about someone, if you want to care about someone else's appearance, and if that makes you more attracted to that person in the long run, to me, it's not just about looks by any means. But I want someone who I am so physically attracted to that I can emotionally connect with, which I have right now, right? I think there's nothing wrong with wanting someone that you're physically attracted to.
Yeah, that I agree, and also for me is if I am even friends with someone, let's say, and they cannot have a real conversation,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to end the friendship pretty quickly here
It
because
doesn't matter how
I've
good
come-
looking they are.
I've
you
come to a point in my
can't
life
have
where I respect my time
exactly.
that I've given up for everyone else.
That's it.
So
right
if I'm not in being enriched with something, and
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be money, they don't need to be famous.
Yeah.
Like, but half the time I've talked to strangers and I'm still getting a lot out of that. But if I'm not getting something from a conversation, then it's just going to end right there because what am
Your
I
time's
doing
too
wasting my
valuable.
time in
Exactly.
life? And also if I'm not giving value to someone else, like if I'm in a meeting and I'm producing no value, I'm going to stand up and leave.
Yeah.
Right.
How many times have we met for the sake of meeting? I hate those. That's where one of the reasons I got out of healthcare. It's like, okay, every Tuesday morning we're gonna meet from 9 to 10. Every Thursday it's gonna be from 3 to 4. Fridays from 11:30 to 5:30, just for the sake of having a meeting and saying that you had the meeting.
Yeah.
For the meeting, nothing was done
Yeah.
for it. Right? It's time, and it's someone's respect for the time that they have for yourself and for the other person.
Daniel, from coaching in the social media now, like share some of the wins that your clients have now from showing up, being consistent, getting out of their shell. Like, explain what people, they just can't see that from Instagram, but
Yeah.
I'm sure they tell you all the time, man, in an intimate way, like, you changed my fucking life, man. Thank you.
Yeah, Instagram is first of all just a stupid fucking app on your phone. And if you want it to go away, if social media fucking makes you crazy, you can just delete it and everyone will forget about you. And you'll forget about them. And it's actually a very freeing thing to do. But yeah, so social media and Instagram is just a bridge, one of many that you can take to make your life different. And that's what I did. I melted my life down twice, got to the point where I literally had no options. I had a degree in fucking nothing. I had a child support payment. I had no experience with any actual real work because I joined the Army right out of high school. And I got expelled from graduate school and I was like, what the heck am I gonna do? And obviously trying to become famous on the internet is like everyone's first thing that they want to do, right? No,
Dream.
that's a dumb fucking thing. Don't try to do it.
Many people's dreams.
But yeah, so people saw me do that. They saw the life that I was living, and then they saw the life that I live now, and they saw that the bridge that I took to get there was this stupid fucking app on your phone. And it took me a while to actually accept the fact that people wanted to, like, would actually think that would work, right? Like that it worked for me, but could it really work for them? And honestly, I didn't fucking think it was going to work for them. But the coolest thing about being able to help somebody excel on social media is when they are able to appreciate the posts that they put up, right, as like art and as like almost like a bit of like a therapeutic thing. That's like my favorite part, because that's what happened to me is I was like, oh wow, I can make this social media thing an accountability factor for myself. And so whenever I see people get million view reels, or when I help people get million view reels, or help them eclipse 10,000 followers or 50,000 followers, yeah, that's really cool. But the real change is like on the inside as a person, and it's fucked up because it's all fabricated, right? Your social credit score is not a real fucking thing except on Instagram.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I've seen people, and it happened to myself, like you get treated differently when you have 10,000 followers versus when you have 100,000 followers. You get different opportunities. People literally will fucking treat you differently. And it's really cool to see an average white guy, I was a fucking average white guy, be able to live the life that I live now by just telling people all the stories that I fucked up, or telling people stories about all the things that I fucked up in my life, helping people skip mistakes, and yeah, the growth in the person is really cool to see, and it's tracked by the fucking, I'm telling you, it's fucked up. It's their level of happiness is tracked by that number next to their name.
100%.
It's fucked up,
really,
but it works.
really
It works, and it inspires people, and it gets them motivated to do shit. I'm doing it with my mom right now. My mom is 60 years old, and she has written 7 cookbooks. She's like a relatively famous food personality, like where I'm from in New Mexico and Arizona.
And she follows me. I will just add.
Yeah. So like
Thank you.
people know her as like the lady that does food, but she had under 1,000 followers, and she doesn't make a ton of money from her cookbooks. And I've seen her for years put in tons of effort into food. She used to do cooking shows on TV,
Yeah.
like all the things. And now I'm like, Mom, we got to do this social media. Like we got to do it now. Like you've been doing this for so long. And also, if you're an old person, just so you know, the market for old people on social media is fucking booming. You have no competition. All your competition keeps fucking dying. So you might as well get on it right now. But yeah, like it took me one fucking reel, for helping my mom film it and post it, and she didn't even talk. She was just literally doing this with a fucking frying pan, and it got 300,000 views.
Amazing.
And she's wigging out. She's texting me, oh my God, it's at 120,000 now. Oh my God, so and so commented on it. Oh my God, and it totally opened it up for her. Now she's in.
Yeah.
Now she's like, okay, I get it. I want to do this thing. And so being able to do it for other people is cool, but being able to do it for my mom is
It's special. That's a moment.
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool because she deserves it.
Yeah, that's interesting because like my mom got divorced a long time ago, and she doesn't have a relationship, and she's almost 65 years old, so it's
Let's
like
get her famous on the internet,
they're
dude.
famous on the internet.
Right.
Yeah, like how did someone so small make someone so big? We can start there,
Yeah.
There
right?
you go.
But
All
that
she's got to do is sit in her fucking chair and tell stories about you.
yeah, that's true.
That's it.
There's gonna be a lot of
About you
stories.
specifically.
Yeah.
Seriously.
There's a lot of stories there, but no, you're right, man. And it's when you're helping someone so close to you, it's like it's extra special too.
It
But
takes on a whole nother meaning.
people like being relatable to other people. Like like oh, this guy fucked up, but now look what he's doing. Like it almost
Yeah.
like it gives them hope that like oh, you can right your wrong, or you can get better. But that's what I'm saying. Like fail fast and then learn the lesson, and they get back out there and start making like progress again. And I feel like when people can assimilate to that, it just like it shines a light on them that they don't get that in school, they don't get that with their therapist.
And that they're not alone in it, right? Because
Yes.
a lot of people think, and they look at their own problems and they're like, oh my God, my life is the worst life it could possibly be. I guarantee no one has ever gone through this. Every single one of us has had a breakup, right? Good, bad. And in that moment in time, you feel like yours is the worst that there must ever be in the world.
Oh yeah.
Or
Right?
fucking medical
Oh, yeah.
problem.
Exactly. You feel like at that moment in time, there is no worse breakup in the world. No one must feel like this. And then you hear other people's stories, and then once you get over it and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm not alone. Like, I'm not crazy. Things like this happen, but we can all grow from it. And we learn from a lot of people's mistakes. We as a society, our brains are conditioned to actually want to watch videos of other people fucking up, of other people slipping and
Yeah.
falling, right? How many
Yeah.
times do we laugh or we see a reel on Instagram with someone, bashing their head, they're slipping in the middle of winter on ice, right? We have that second laugh from it. But our brains are conditioned to actually want to gravitate towards seeing those things because it elicits a completely different neurological brainwave within us, right? We have different electrical impulses. But there's also those moments in time that those benefit us to no end because we can relate, and it's relatability that makes us feel to some extent comfortable enough that we know we're not alone in a situation, but we can still move forward.
Yeah, something I challenge myself on that is like it may be someone that I've fallen out with or I don't like, but
Yeah.
if I see them struggling, as much as it's challenging for me to do, I say, you need something.
Yeah.
Because I know one day I will be the one struggling and being challenged, and
And I may need something.
and you may need something, and it may be from someone that you don't really want to receive some help for, but I'll tell you that it's nice to receive the help.
Yeah, for sure.
I got a little cheat code. I'm
Let's
gonna
hear
share.
it.
All right. So exactly what you said right there. You see somebody's having a hard time. They're at the lowest point. All right. What I've just started doing recently is gonna fuck you up. I go ask them for advice. I go ask them for advice on fucking something, whatever they're good at. Just like
Because it makes them feel like
it switches them out of it.
Yeah.
Yep, I've
It
done that before
switches
as
them
well.
out of it, and it puts them in a teacher mode or instructor mode.
And it's like someone
Or-
actually came to me,
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah,
yeah, and you're just trying to fucking stall them from
yeah.
jumping.
And we sometimes do that with kids. It's like, teach me something,
Yes.
right? Same mentality with working with
Yes.
kids. It's like,
6'7".
there you go. I don't know what that was. Still don't really know what
I
that
still
is.
don't know what that is.
Yeah, I know, right? Everyone just hears it and starts bursting out laughing. I'm like, ha, ha,
You guys are
ha,
fucking
ha.
old.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Last big question. Can longevity become another form of anxiety?
Anxiety?
Yeah, because
Absolutely.
look at I'm like I just said,
100%.
it seems like it's a fucking process just to wake up and take a breath in the morning
Mhm.
with what's good or bad. So have we gone too far with the fear mongering?
Listen, I have people in my life, and I will not mention their names, that
Do
have
it.
started.
Do it.
No, I
Do
cannot.
it. Why not? What's gonna happen?
Very strong
What's gonna
family
happen?
member.
What's gonna happen? I'll say all the names.
I
I'm sure
know,
next year to
I
say
know.
one fucking name. Give me a name to say. I'll fucking say it right now.
But to the point where they can't sleep on the mattresses anymore because it's coated with, the stuff that's filtrated in the air. The steps that we take, we have to step in a certain way because of the gravitational force. Like, I've got people, somewhat in my life.
Do we need to know about that? Do we need to know about this gravitational thing? Is that something new?
That's up to you if you want to know
I
about it.
think I might want to know. You
Right.
If I'm
And so with longevity, you can have different extremes, right? It's like,
Yes.
so let me ask you this. If you knew, and I asked Daniel this question the other day, if you knew when you were going to die and how you're going to die, do you want to know?
Absolutely not.
And I would never want to know either.
Absolutely not. That's
You
gonna
would
go
live
against my dial at zero.
exactly,
Yeah, that's
100%. But Daniel said yes.
Absolutely. I want to know exactly what the fuck is happening.
So just a quick, give me like one sentence why you would want to know, and I want to know why you wouldn't want to know. Just one sentence.
The finish line, and I'm gonna fucking get there before everybody else. If I have the finish line, I know what to fucking do. Go, motherfucker. Gas.
But can you not gas without the finish line?
Of course I can, but I'd rather know when it's gonna end.
Okay.
I'd rather know when the fucking road trip's over. I don't like sitting in the back going, are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Okay. I would not want to know.
for me. If I know when that exact moment is coming, it's gonna drive me back to the way I used to be. I was trying to control my whole life.
Yeah, me too.
So
And that for me is going to be the control piece of, and the reason why I ask that is because some people think that, okay, like I've got all these things in front of me, I've got all these tools that I've been presented with, and the only way I'm going to live longer is if I do everything.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's where it becomes this sort of catalyst of cascading into, your biggest pitfall. Right? And it's like, okay, we're going to now take it way, way, way too far. And that's how addictions start. And that's
Yeah.
how eating disorders start. And that's with a lot of bodybuilders, how body dysmorphia starts. And if I stop doing cardio, okay, well, I'm not really actually competing anymore, but I should still do it. Right?
Yeah.
Like it translates into so many other areas in your life. It
Do you
really
guys really
does.
want to stay here longer?
Where?
Here?
I'm here for a
100%.
good time, not a long
You
time.
want to stay here longer?
I'm not necessarily here for longer, but I'm here
Like,
for
I ain't
quality.
trying to prolong this. I know what fucking being old looks like. I've seen that shit.
But I'm not
I ain't-
saying I want
I
to be a
ain't trying-
vegetable. Like if I'm a vegetable, then just cut the get the DNR in there. But
Well, there's a big gap between vegetable and being fucking old for 20 years.
it depends.
Have you ever seen it?
if
Have you ever
you're
seen someone go
happy.
from 70 to 90? That shit's fucking
But
painful.
what if you're happy between 70 and 90? Like you just love life so much. You get to play Sudoku, you get to play Jenga, you got grandkids that come over, you got dogs that come over, and you're just happy.
Sure.
Exactly.
Still don't want to be here longer.
But again, it's that's a personal choice, right? That people get to make.
We're gonna have to put in a fucking in our lifetime. They're gonna give us the fucking Neuralink. You know that? Are you guys gonna take it? You gonna put it in? Yeah.
No.
That where I'm from, they say that dog ain't gonna hunt.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's-
I already
that's
went to
fair.
I already went to government school, and the last thing I'm doing
Yeah.
is putting a fucking government chip in my shit.
Yeah.
Good fucking luck, Elon.
Yeah.
I think
would
I
say
got
that
to
as
homeschool
well.
Oh,
my child now,
Right?
for sure.
I'm telling you,
Seriously.
man.
You got to
You want to stay here? You want to stay here
Yeah.
longer? I don't
But
know.
yeah, I
man.
think
Yeah.
people can take it way too far with longevity. I mean, look at Brian Johnson, right? That's now been diagnosed with gastritis and many different things, right? People are like, well, he's the epitome of health. Nothing's gonna beat him. You just
I mean, it's all a marketing scheme. Look, it almost got me. So I'm looking for the best waters at the gym. And I said, look,
Right.
hold on. If you want to drink a Coke, drink a Coke. If you want to drink an energy drink, drink one. If you want a $10 bottle of water, buy it. What you want to do is just you got to do it in moderation.
Have you had your creatine yet?
No.
Creatine bar.
There you go.
So
Creatine
you know
bar
how
for
many
a gym in
people
life. Shout
judge
out.
me for drinking Diet Coke? I can't even tell you.
I
I don't
like Diet
smoke.
Coke.
I don't
Yeah.
drink. I don't care that I drink a Diet Coke. aspartame's going to kill me. The amount of aspartame that you would need to consume to actually kill you is astronomical.
Yeah, I like smoking a cigar once or twice a week. I got into like a year ago. I got great friends that do that, and
And if that makes you happy, then who cares?
yeah, it's not like I don't smoke 5 a day.
Yeah.
And also, you could get lung
It's not
cancer and never
impeding on your-
smoke. So again,
Exactly.
you know, you
Exactly.
have to. Bottom line is you have to be able to live your life. I don't think
Yeah.
that trying to be healthy for 10 hours every single day is
You don't
living
need it.
life at all. I think it's excessive.
Yeah.
I don't think the person's going to be happy at all. Like it really is about having a balance on the things that
For
make
sure.
you feel good and make you happy. Like you know when something is not right. So if you continue to do something that's not right and good for a year, you're going to have a consequence on it, right?
100%.
And I just think that you have to learn with balance.
You do. Love it. We've had an incredible conversation today.
Just keep going.
Lots of things that I've learned, lots of things that I'm going to take away from it.
So I have a question for you is
Yes.
what happens to you when you're not achieving something?
That's a great question. And I guess, what is the definition of achieving something?
Anything could be like, okay, like I'm sure that there came to a point where like you don't want to go to the gym anymore because it just feels like you're doing the same shit all over and over
Yeah.
and over and over again, and there's no mission behind
There's no
it.
end point or something, right?
Yeah.
And I'll just sort of segue for a second. A lot of people always ask me, what's my end point? And I always say, I don't need an end point, nor do I ever want an end point, right? Like every day I wake up, I'm someone who very rarely sleeps. I don't go into a deep sleep. I wake up at 2 a.m. I'll have notes on my phone of like these crazy ideas, and I'll reach out to someone and be like, do you think this is a good idea? And something rolls, something doesn't roll, right? Like I've got my main sort of projects that I'm working on and invest all of my time into. But in terms of achievement to me, that is waking up happy every day. That's my biggest achievement. I've got goals in terms of I want to put on an additional 5 pounds of muscle. I want to lose a little bit of fat here. I want to build healthier relationships. I want to stay incredibly connected with my dad. I want to have a strong relationship with my husband. I at this point don't want to have kids. I miss my dogs. I want to see them again, right? Like I've got goals. But to me, if I'm not necessarily achieving success in what my definition is, and right now, honestly, one of my biggest definitions of success is actually financial. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, it's because, again, I'm sort of transitioned from academia, working in healthcare sector, to now being an entrepreneur, so that's been a struggle with me. So for me, that success right now looks like a big financial piece.
And you can have it all. 100% of everything is achievable 100% of the time, right? You can have both. I thought that I couldn't have both, but you can have both.
Yeah.
And like in the last 6 months, I have woken up and I am happy to go and achieve my day.
Yeah.
Every day. It doesn't matter what's going on.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely feel like I'm gonna give it my all today, and when I go to sleep, I've done everything in my power to make it as good as possible, and that feels like it's worth living for. Because
Exactly.
I don't
Those
know
are
what
your
it looks
win
like.
moments.
I don't know if I'll have 20 Project Beans across the
Yeah.
country. I don't know, but I'm gonna try.
Exactly.
And but again, it's freeing. It's a freeing feeling not having that
Such a
outcome.
liberty. Yeah.
Right? So like you will become more financially set if you don't have a outcome that's based on finances, right? It's just
Yeah.
going to come because
It'll come
you'll
naturally with it.
be doing the right things, you'll meet the right person, and the right opportunity will have found you.
Exactly. And something I always say is, like, I always tell myself I want to be rich, but the reason why I want to actually be affluent is to have opportunities, right? And sometimes I spend too long, this is a big downfall of mine, actually chasing the money. And again, like you mentioned, the opportunities where the finances come along with it, right? And I think to myself, if I want to be affluent to have opportunities, not to put it all in the bank, die with zero. I love that mentality. But to me, it builds relationships. It builds being able to travel. It builds being able to invest in things that I'm passionate about. It means I'm able to help other people. So that's where sort of the affluent mentality sort of comes in from for me. But sometimes, again, my biggest downfall is I spend too much time thinking about how am I going to get that before actually focusing on the project that leads to that.
No, that's right.
If you're the value, the money comes to you. If you're not the value, you have to chase the money.
So well said. It's
So
really true.
if people aren't throwing fucking money at you right now, it's because you don't have enough value for them to throw fucking money at.
It's true.
You're not good enough at the thing to get someone to pay you. And here's the thing that's really cool. Everybody's really fucking oddly good at something.
Yes.
Everybody's
Including you, who thinks you're average at everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at some things. But
There
what
you
I'm
go.
good at is showing people all the fucking mistakes I made. That's what I'm good at. I'm good at recognizing patterns. I'm good at fucking seeing the things that I did not do correctly, and then seeing other people
And
on their way
teaching them
to
to
them
other people.
and helping them avoid the mistakes. Yeah, but if you're chasing the money, it's because you don't have the value. If you have the value, you don't have to do anything. Sean doesn't need to advertise his gym. I'm gonna go there anyway. He's got the thing I fucking need.
Well,
He is the value. He's got the thing.
yeah, and coming to Vegas, I will also say, so I was introduced through you by Daniel, and that was the first time, and I don't know if you remember, because we went to the gym last time I was in Vegas. That was the first time you were like, let's go check out Project Wellbeing.
Yeah.
And what got me was the atmosphere coming in and the single leg press, the hydraulic one.
Oh yeah.
That's what got me. And I was like, you know what? I'm sold. No one needs to convince me. No one needs to tell me to come here. No one needs to, I don't need to buy any program. I was just sold on the small things because of the atmosphere, because of the customer service, because of that one machine, which is crazy to say, right? And that's like, I see huge value. And now coming back to Vegas for a second time, that was the first gym I went to, yours.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
and I'm being dead serious about it. This was the first gym, and you were the first person I reached out to
Yeah.
in terms of
And
coming.
on Daniel's standpoint, is when I was building, the company, I I could have took all the money out of the company, but my goal was to produce value.
Yeah.
So I kept reinvesting into it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it's interesting now. I turned the company into a corporation. I'm even making less money in the company because I'm paying people more money. I'm reinvesting into the
Yeah.
facility. I'm going to get investors, so they're going to see like, oh, this guy takes, it's a very reasonable salary. There's no perks. There's no, I'm not out there spending company money. It's black and white. So I want to give this person money because they show value, and I know where my money is going to go. That I worked hard, that I'm going to invest into someone
You
else.
are reinvesting.
It's reinvesting. It's
Yes.
just constantly producing more value. So
Exactly.
it may take me 20 years to have my payoff, but again, I'm not facilitated on the idea of I need to have this happen at a certain time.
Right.
I've also shown that I can work with this much money,
Yes.
or this much money, or this much money, or because I can promise you, if you don't know how to work with money,
Yeah.
when you get money, you won't keep it.
Yeah.
I can work
Exactly.
with any type of money. If you said, okay, you only have $100 to live off of every week, I'll be able to do it. I'll be able to do it. I can live on the floor. I know what I can buy to cook, to eat,
Yeah.
and like I have that sense of humility. So when you have more, you know what to do with it. When you have more, you need to actually do less.
Yes.
Think about that. When you have more, you need to do less because you may not get more again, right? So these are really important things that I've learned, and I just kind of learned them myself because I don't want to let other people down. But yeah, the constant reinvesting, especially in my business, but then I started doing that in my own life, and then I started doing it with myself.
And
That's
how
when it all
you
clicked
grow,
together.
because you're aging, you're being introduced to new people, things are evolving, the news are, there's political situations. That's how you grow.
Yeah.
Right. And the stagnant companies are the ones that die off because they will never grow, they will never adjust, they will never reinvest. Right. And those are the ones that will always die out.
And when I have an idea, I'm going to try to implement it as fast as possible.
And I love that.
It may not be perfect, but
Yeah.
we're going to work our way through it. But I feel like that's how I've always been able to get ahead. Is just like, all right, got the idea, just get it going. It's going to fail a whole bunch of times for sure. People are going to get pissed. It's not going to be what they expected.
Yeah.
But we'll get the product
For
out
sure.
there.
And they say for every 10 businesses that someone tries to start as a startup, there's only going to be one successful one. You got to keep trying. You got to fail. You got to do trial and error. You got to fail. You're going to say something.
Oh, I was going to say, my company makes the most amount of money when I don't use an alarm clock. When I am going to bed on time.
Mhm.
When I am not stressing out about fucking bullshit on the internet. When I am making sure that I eat all of my meals for the day. When I'm weighing out my food, that I'm not like, it's interesting to see like how the people around you will follow your lead. And if you're fucking sloppy, or if I'm sloppy in my personal life, the fucking business gets sloppy too.
100%.
It's crazy.
Everything
man.
else
100%.
crumbles down
And
around.
it's all you. It's like it's back to that same relationship thing, right? That we talked about earlier. It's like, no, it wasn't. It was fucking all me.
Yeah.
Right.
At the end of the day,
yeah.
and the realization.
At one point, our company had 16 people working for it, and we weren't doing very good. And it's all me. It's not them. It's all fucking me. And that's that awareness of you are the problem, but you're also the fix is the thing that has humbled me the most.
Well,
as a
I always
business
believe in
owner.
exit interviews, and I always believe in always checking in with your staff, right? And it's, you know, you can argue in whatever business, it's like, oh, I've got the shittiest staff, but am I the shittiest?
Yeah,
Owner.
I had to come to realization of that.
Right?
But again, you just got to take that responsibility, right? So then,
Take
and then,
that feedback,
and then you
learn,
tie
grow.
the whole team back together. You know,
100%.
it's really, it's like chasing satisfaction to get something, and then you just stop once you've got it. This is people's problem with everything in their life, every single thing.
Yeah.
When you have something, you better lock in 10 times harder, right? We know this with relationships, we know this
Yeah.
with business. Like, yeah, maybe you made a whole bunch of money, but then you left your foot off the gas, now you got lawsuits, whatever the case may be, but then you'll lose everything. So it's like, when you become successful, it is 10 times harder to stay successful because
Exactly.
you need to do 10 times more to make sure that you're going to continue to be successful. Then
To
it's easy to
stay
become
and to
successful.
grow, for
It
sure.
really is.
And that leads right into reputation and everything that you're building, right? It takes your entire life to build this incredible reputation and 30 seconds to ruin it
100%.
for the rest of your life, right? So that's why you got to keep reinvesting. You got to keep growing. You got to keep putting that time and effort into it in order to continue to expand and grow.
Absolutely.
I got a question. So I've owned a business now for 4 years, and whenever we have success, the team is rewarded, right? The team is recognized. And whenever we have failures, I get to fucking deal with the problems. And over the 4 years, I've realized that I don't actually get recognized for anything as the owner. Who would? Who would tell you that you're doing a good job? There is nobody else. And I think that not having that as the owner has made me crash out more times than I probably care to admit,
Right.
because I wasn't getting a pat on the back. Not that, and again, I don't want the pat on the back, right? I'm the business owner. I'm the fucking boss. I don't need the fucking pat. Yeah, you fucking do. Yeah, you fucking do
It's
need the pat on
nice
the
to
back.
have.
Yeah, and you need to have when I really use the term friend with lots of conditions, because a friend should tell you when something went well and should absolutely fucking tell you when something went bad and hold you accountable to it.
Yeah.
Something that I started doing with my staff is after my quarterly board meeting, then we'll have our all staff meeting, and then we share the wins and the losses that the company has at the same time. So we give the accolades out, or if we mess something up, we take responsibility for it, and we're going to work our way on getting it better. What it did was it showed people that, oh yeah, company just doesn't take on all this money and does nothing to it. Like, there's real expenses. Like
100%.
the other
And
day,
that's the real
yeah,
realism of it.
the other day I wake up and I got like a $25,000 to $30,000 air conditioning bill because our main room just decided to go out. Boom.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Diligently work my finances, so I'm able to cut that check without even hesitating. Why? People pay a lot of money to go there. It can't be hot, right?
Yeah.
So, and I shared that with them. Hey, that was not something I was expecting. So it's going to mess up our operational costs. But guess what? Thank goodness that we plan for these things to happen.
Exactly.
But it's
You
okay
got it
because these things happen. We're not going to go out of business. But I just want to show that's how I have to show up as the owner. So I have 95% of my responsibility as the CEO. I'm also the owner. So then I'm responsible for 81% of my ownership.
Yeah.
And it's not very fun sometimes because sometimes I got to use my own money
Right.
to
And that's just the
fix
reality
those
of it.
problems. But it is really important to, especially if you own a business, just to share things that went well or not well, or take responsibility for, highlight people, coach people.
Yeah.
I don't you don't reprimand anyone, because how do you know you didn't train them well enough? That's
Exactly.
I realize
How do you
that
know it's not coming back on you at
Yeah.
the end of the day? Right?
if you truly are training people the right way and they're still not doing a good job, then maybe it's time to let them go. But 99% of the time, they have not been trained enough,
Yes.
and you are just pointing a finger at them rather than pointing it at you. But I do agree that as the owner, you have to be able to receive accolades. Who cares who it's from?
Yeah.
But it is important for somebody like, hey man, I know what you're doing out there and how much effort it is. Honestly, it usually just requires another business owner to give you some fucking props and credit.
Yeah.
Right?
I love it.
But I'll also give you some props and credit if I think what you're doing sucks ass. But again, you just gotta say thank you.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad. But yeah, man, I received no praise for such a long time that it made me operate in a titanium shell
Yeah.
because I'm like, well,
And
man,
that's what it'll do, right? But again, it's give and take to certain degrees, right? It does feel nice to receive some positive compliments and just, at the end of the day that you're doing a good job. And Sean, I have to say to you, you are doing a good job, because I came back as a customer, because I hear the feedback around, because I brought a friend to the gym who loved the gym and wants to come back next time they're in Vegas before the Olympia.
no, then
So-
I appreciate that. Yeah, my thing is just trying to, I'm providing experiences in people's lives. That's all.
An experience is something that you're going to remember, right? That's what you're providing. You're not just providing a one-time service, you're providing an experience, because experience is what is memorable,
Absolutely.
right? I always say a brand is a promise, but a good brand is a promise kept,
Yeah, that's a great
right?
statement.
And that's something
Yeah.
that I truly believe about. And also, just back to the air conditioning statement, I truly do apologize, because I think I blew your fuse today with the microwave.
Oh no, that's have you ever, as someone owned a business, I use every ounce of power that is available to the building. I want
Which
you to
is
think about that
freaking
for a
cool.
second.
So maybe it
Yeah.
wasn't just me. I didn't
We
blow
just
the,
we just tapped it a little
I
bit
just
too hard,
tapped
you
it.
know.
I put it in for 2 minutes instead
Yeah,
of 1:30.
it's okay. Yeah, I'm not kidding. I literally use every amp
Yeah,
and watt that
That's
that I can
so
pull
funny.
out of the ground from the vat of power. It is fascinating.
I pushed that button. I was like, the microwave's not working.
Someone, my engineer told me last night, he's like, normally he's like, it's impressive when someone uses every square foot of their facility, but I'm using every square inch.
I love that.
That's what she said. Sorry, I've been waiting to say that all day. No, I'm just kidding. But it really is like,
Position to
I
benefit.
am using every spot in my facility, right? So like,
For
but
good
the good thing
use.
is, it's
Yeah.
busting out of the seam, so now it's time to grow.
Yeah.
Most people make a mistake, especially with gyms, is when they think that they have more than they have.
Yeah.
You want to be busting out of the seams, people on top of each other, and you need to grow. And now that time has come. I thought about it before, but I wasn't there yet, right? So I would have made a devastatingly bad mistake.
Yeah.
This time I am ready. It is like that. So now it is time to grow. I just have to wait for the right time.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to wait for the right time, like you said.
Patience.
What's the right time to open a gym?
Right now.
Really?
With a plan. And it's really hard.
Do it,
and
Daniel.
and you have to be willing to first you have to be willing to learn and become humble, because
Yeah.
I was not a businessman. I just had a business.
It's like working out.
It's like working out. And
Just don't open it right next to Sean's gym.
Man, it took me 2 years to figure out how to become a businessman. It was really hard.
And I feel like it would take me my whole life.
My new business partner, he self-made billionaire, started streaming. He was the first person to stream a device to a device called iStream Planet, right? So anything that we're doing now on the phone he's responsible for.
Really cool.
His company got bought out by Warner Brothers, and he asked me, how much do you, first of all, he has no business being my business partner, but he literally told me, because everything that he tells me, and he said I'm coachable, is why he continues to be my business partner.
Love
He
it.
doesn't need any type of money. In fact, like, his time is so valuable.
Yeah.
But what he did for me is ask me, how hard do you want to be coached? And I said, you know what I want to do in my life and my business, so you can coach me hard. And I'm telling you, when you ask someone that, I mean, he coaches me hard. He doesn't let me slip
Love
up
it.
on anything.
Yeah.
He's like, you didn't get that done, man. He's like, so it didn't mean enough to you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I really didn't get it done. And like, it really affects me.
Yeah.
And one thing he says, he's like, imagine going to your daughter and looking at her and said, it got too hard, so dad had to quit. Sorry.
Yeah.
That
That's
shit
a really good
stuck
point.
to me.
Yeah.
But most importantly, I have to go to the mirror and be like, hey man, like, I've let you down a lot
Yeah.
as well. But his coaching on me, and I said, I need you to turn me into a real CEO.
Right.
What he's done for me and he was my client for 5 years before this, right? I never even asked him what he did, but he streamed the NFL, the Olympics, anything broadcasted, Ultra Music Festival, everything. He built that without AI 20 years ago, right? Come from Ukraine, right? As almost like an immigrant. So and by himself. And what he taught me was, you just have to do the things that you say you're going to do. Period. It's pretty.
Hold your word and actually
it's
deliver
pretty
and
simple.
follow through.
But man, I cannot tell you how important it is to get a real mentor in your life. You should not. I'm his friend, but I don't like him a lot of the times because he's calling me on my bullshit, and I know
you
that.
need someone that's bold in your life, that's going to call you out on your
Yes.
bullshit, and that's going to tell you the truth. And if you don't like it,
Yeah.
You know,
And
stick it to the pan.
but he also knows that when it's time to be like, hey, you are doing a great job.
Yeah.
You know, you created something
And that's
amazing here.
important.
So, you know,
Very
so it is really important because you can't have that type of coach without ever telling you that you are doing something right, or else you actually won't know what's right or wrong.
Yeah.
And I've had moments like that before too. I didn't know what I was doing,
100%.
and I was depressed. I had no purpose. And I worked with a lot of famous people, and it just made me feel more empty. This is an interesting thing is I used to have my whole identity wrapped up in Instagram. So when I lost Project Lehman used to be my personal one. So when I actually lost that one again, and I thought, oh, it's gone this time for sure, I didn't miss it. There was a sense of freedom that occurred. Like, oh, well.
And a lot of people say that. A lot of people actually go off of social
Yeah.
media, and they're like, I just need that release.
Yeah, so now I got other people managing it, so if it goes away, it goes away. It doesn't change what I do. It is a tool, so we want to keep it. I don't want to have to pay all that money to keep getting it back.
Exactly.
But anyway, that was the most freeing thing. So
I love it.
yeah, just
I am dying to go pee.
Oh, we need a pee break?
it's time to wrap it up.
I think we got, yeah,
We need to close.
we need to close.
It's on you.
Start the closing. Shirt comes off. Shirt comes off.
I only know how to flex.
That's my biggest skill set here.
Oh, where can they follow you guys on social media?
Dr. Nicole Rakowski on Instagram, and
It'll be right here. I don't know if I'll have this one still by the time this comes
That's
out.
a guy follow.
Right now it's
Coffee
Daniel
1,
Coffee
2,
4.
4, 6. I
Yeah.
got you.
we're gonna get up to
I got you.
123.
If Daniel Caffeine 4 is not available, just type in Daniel Caffeine 5 and then go to 6 and then
Okay, we understand the mission.
There we go.
But thank you guys so much. I
Thank
really
you so much for
yeah.
having us on, Sean.
It's
honestly, it's
I
been a
like
pleasure.
meeting authentic people, and you guys are always welcome to the gym, whatever you guys want to do.
And we also shot some incredible content today, so I'm
Yes.
looking forward to seeing that. And we got some videos in yesterday. And also for those of you who want to get jacked, get rich, and build healthy relationships, again, Daniel and I are doing a whole community where we're really helping, again, learning from mistakes, sharing our fuck ups, and that's where we're growing.
that's right.
amazing. It's time to lock the fuck in.
Yeah,
And with that being said, it's time to get the fuck out.
yeah. That's a real bicep right there.
Real
Sean,
average
thank
white guy
you
genetics.
so
You're
much
welcome.
for everything. I am dying to go pee. Let
Hey,
me
go ahead.
let me jump to the toilet.
Come back to it because I got to shoot an iPhone video.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was cool, man. This is a cool place.
Yeah, there's there's like 4 other rooms too. The one in there, I call it, that looks like the interrogation room.
Oh yeah.
Can you use that one as a podcast one with a big table too?
The big table we're gonna we think we're gonna start offering it, but we don't know yet.
Okay.
What's up, guys? What's up, Jerry? Thanks for.
What's up, Jeremy?
Yo, yo, yo. What's good? Oh, strip club in the studio today.
How you
know how
doing?
it goes, man.
Yo. doing good, doing good. Just got
Jimmy
back
bar.
Yeah. Creatine, protein bar. Whatever. They take me so-
Good dude?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh. What up, stream? Oh, yeah. We're still rolling on the stream.
Good pot today?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dog.
Too solid.
Crushed it.
I don't know how people can do like 8 podcasts though. And after 2, I think after 2 I would just be talking bullshit. Wouldn't have any substance.
Talked out.
Yeah.
Jeremy, would you mind shooting a video of us through?
Heck yeah, yeah. A little BTS type deal.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Pretend you're talking.
Daniel, do you think you can drop me off after on the strip? I have to get my stuff from last night. Or are you going somewhere afterwards?
Let me
You should
check
go
my.
back.
I should be fine.
Okay.
Oh well, I gotta. I have my fucking new housekeeper.
All three of you, yeah?
Yeah, my new housekeeper's at the house. I gotta go back and fucking pay her. But then we can go out and talk, or you can take the car.
Okay.
Come
Okay.
Sit here and pretend to talk, goddammit.
Okay.
We're back in action. We're back in
The
action.
person's gonna leave the hotel. They're gonna be back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, tell them to leave it at the bell desk, cause, that's the appropriate place for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tell them to leave it at the front. You need to come and pick it up.
And I'm gonna take a couple snaps of the photos.
Let's go.
Right here, boom, bam, nice, nice. Right here.
Get a video of this one too, huh?
Yeah, I got you. Let me get one more picture right here. Nice, and then we get a video right here. Alright, videos 3, 2, 1, action.
Oh, we're all gonna do a bicep flex here.
Yeah,
I gotta stand on top of the damn so I look a little bigger.
Give me back.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Thanks,
That's
bro.
yours.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. And then this one's
you,
yours.
sir.
And then one time for this one.
Okay.
And it's a video.
awesome.
Big
Oh,
big
okay.
muscles everywhere. 3, 2, 1, action. Nice.
BBCs, BBCs.
BBC.
Nice. Thank you guys.
Awesome.
And then
All right.
we're doing lock videos. Did they tell you about lock videos?
Yeah.
No.
Hold on, give me one on 1X.
Yeah,
You fucking
gotcha.
25 me the whole time.
Sorry.
Wait, just
We're
zoom
done.
on, zoom in on me and excellent.
Yeah.
Just go one, and then you come up on us.
Oh, the video. Yeah, there we go. Double buys. Double buys.
Let's go. Alright, pretend to be talking about something fucking important.
Okay.
Pretend to be something.
Yeah, my shoulder still hurts
Yeah,
since we started working out.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Is this real?
Yeah, it's as
Is
real
that
as it
real?
can be.
Okay, is that one real right there?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to basically get at here.
Good.
Okay.
Jeremy, you like BBCs?
I'm more of an all natural kind of guy, honestly.
Let's go do some vlog
You know what's
videos.
so interesting? Maybe I'm just fucked up in the head, but on Instagram now, all I get shown is like videos of like
So wait, do you want to do videos now or tonight?
We gotta do the videos for these
Some
guys.
crazy stuff.
We
Oh.
gotta do the locks.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like a
Tradition.
yeah, it's tradition. Everyone gets one.
locked up, won't let me out.
Yeah, locked in. Do you meet your?
I saw Akon at the fucking Atlanta airport, and that's it.
Atlanta Airport is huge.
ATL.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Hey,
just
T.
I got you.
L.
How far
Thank
are
you.
from your place?
I'm not sure. Like 10 minutes, 20, 15 minutes maybe?
Okay.
So basically, how these videos go, I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, action, and
Okay.
then you guys can say just wrapped up finishing a podcast with Sean, great podcast here at G Media, and then if you guys follow me, Daniel, follow me, Nicole, at your IG page.
Okay.
And then you guys sign your lock, and then you find the spot, lock it in, and then we always like to say we're locked in at G Media.
Okay. Sounds good.
Sweet deal.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I gotta get out of here.
Yep.
Let me know when you come back. Yeah, I will get you.
Absolutely.
When they finish the footage, we'll get you the files and
Okay,
everything.
Yeah.
and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook you up with that investor. We'll get you on a call, and then I want to chat about ways that we can do partner
Okay.
or something, some ideas.
Okay.
So we've got. Okay, I'm good anytime.
Cool.
Okay, and I'll say bye too.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll
sounds
do.
good.
Do you guys want to do it individually or together? I don't know if you guys want to
where's
collab or
Daniel?
do it- I think he's going potty.
Daniel, let me know when you're ready. These the ones that you said to try.
So that is a company that came to us. I wouldn't recommend it. They're actually kind of gross, but really interesting. It's supposed to promote hair growth.
Okay.
You can try it. I did not like the one I tried. It tasted but yeah, feel free to try it. We had a company come by. Yeah, that's some of their product. Tell me your thoughts.
I like it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Hair. It's supposed to promote hair growth.
Yeah.
So.
get water.
Oh, yeah. Do you want water as well? We have waters too.
No, I'm good. I'm just rushed because I gotta go back to pick up my stuff.
Oh, gotcha. We can film your log video and we just do a single, unless you want to collab with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see when
Okay.
he's coming.
This is the first time in the studio?
Yes.
Oh, well, welcome. This is basically my second home now. Or becoming more my first home. Is Vegas home for you or you travel?
No, I have to catch a flight in 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
I'm worried about timing.
Oh, gotcha.
I have to try and get there before 7-ish. If at all possible. They will not take it to death, apparently. No. Without, well, they will.
So basically,
I don't want to.
you guys start.
Okay.
I'll say 3, 2, 1, action.
Okay.
You guys, they just filmed a podcast with Sean.
Okay.
Super great here at G Media. The studio's badass. And then we're about to sign the lock, and then you guys can sign your lock here. Sign it up.
Okay.
You can write your name, a message, whatever you want.
Awesome.
Find a spot, lock it in, and then we say we're locked in at G Media.
That's
And
it.
then feel free to shout out, follow Daniel, follow Nicole at our respective
That's it.
following. And 3, 2, 1, action.
All right, we just filmed with Sean here. How do you say his last name?
Sean Freitas.
Sean, okay.
I wish it what the
Start again.
podcast is called. I mean, that would be.
So he used to have
I
it
think
called the
he likes his
1%
name.
Club, but then he like trashed it.
Oh, he did
Now-
call it 1% Club in the opening. He did.
Oh, he
Yeah,
did?
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Okay, let's do it again. Quick.
Alright, let's get it. Yeah, 1% Club.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, action.
Dr. Nicole Rakowski here and Daniel Copying 4 on Instagram. We just finished filming with
1% Club!
Yeah.
1%!
with Sean Freitas. We had an amazing time on the podcast. Guys, check it out. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna sign these locks. And we're gonna freaking lock it in.
Hold on, I gotta beat some shit. Lock it in, twin.
Oh my god, you can't even see it. Can you see it? Dr. Nicole Rakowski?
Oh yeah.
Alright. So I am going to go. Daniel, I want you to lift me up. I want to be at the top.
Ooh, the
You
tippity
guys, you
top.
gotta lift me. Ready? Oh, so I'm just gonna climb this.
Hold on.
Lift me.
If I'm doing the lifting, I get to dictate what happens here. You don't get, you're not
Okay,
in
okay,
charge. I'm
fine.
in
Okay,
charge.
fine.
Alright, sit on this shoulder.
But you're gonna lift me and then you're gonna tell me to put the lock on the bottom. Okay. Which one? I'm gonna put it right here. Sean's gonna hate me. But we're gonna do it. Hold on. You're doing great, Daniel.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Keep that position right there.
I'm chilling. Look at all these silver.
Amazing. And now we've got a BBC remake.
What?
BBC.
What's BBC?
When we were on the cover of BBC.
Oh, that British shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Thank you.
Uh,
You can tell Sean mine's at the very top.
Mine's right here with all my lessons learned and notes that I took.
I love it. I'm gonna get this one.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Daniel, streaming you here. Love the locks, Mama Mod Naomi.
what was the message on the lock?
I just put my name, or I put my initials.
That's what we wanted.
Frugality kept me broke. Other people's opinions don't get a vote. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're just not allowed to do nothing.
Love it. All right.
Where's that go? Wait, no, it's upside down. No, that's right.
No, you got it. And they're just gonna. Oh, you didn't clip it in though, did you? Okay, good.
I'm retarded.
No, you got it. And then you can put it through. You're gonna turn it around. Yeah.
That's low IQ. No, then it's fucking upside down. I did it wrong again. That's like I am with batteries. I do this shit with batteries all the time. I fucking don't ever know which one's positive and negative. I just keep doing it until I fucking get it right. It's not a good use of time. How does that work? How do I get it to do that? How do I get it
Here.
to face forward?
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yes, let's change it. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna lock her in here, and then we are going to do this.
I should do it from the corner.
What's that?
The bill should be on the corner. That's what needs to happen.
What do you mean?
Watch. I just needed to step back from it.
Okay. I was just gonna loop around, but
It's gotta be right here. I put a hole through the center like a fucking idiot. That was dumb. But I should do it just like that, just right through the corner. This is real money, by the way. Ah, there we go. What the fuck is that? Good. That's how you get a wig.
amazing.
That's how you get a wig. work.
Done. Done. And that's how we do it.
That's how we do it.
That's how we do it.
And then if you guys both gonna say locked in at G Media, a little flex.
All right. I'm just gonna get the airport
3, 2, 1.
Locked in at G Media.
Fire.
Awesome.
Gang.
You guys are
Fucking
amazing.
gang.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, dude. Always a pleasure.
My dog. Thank you, dude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Perfect. And then I'm working on getting everything uploaded from today, so
Okay. Awesome.
yeah. And then
Thank
we'll
you.
send
Thank
it
you.
to Sean, and Sean can distribute.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Funky's wallet, backpacks, lunch, pet times, all that fun stuff. Fit, this is a sick ass jersey, by the way. It's, the water.
I get paid to wear it. I feel like a professional athlete.
Corona water, yeah. Oh, food, boom, yeah. High noon.
What is a high noon? Is it seltzer?
Hard,
Yeah.
hard seltzer, yeah. Fucking. Cool. Well, anytime you guys want to do the studio and come in Vegas, feel free to come on by, guys.
Thank you so
Appreciate it, guys.
so much.
Yeah.
I just got roped into a podcast I don't know anything about. Hopefully I don't say anything fucking dumb. Hope you enjoy it. Peace.
Yeah.
Kill.
Cool.
Daniel, do you think you could drop me off?
I can absolutely drop you off, but I gotta go home first.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta go because